Yeah, that beat, man. You know, in the middle, it's like, ew! Come on. Oh, this beat's amazing, man. Tor reacts to Reaper's Lullaby. That's right there, bro. We're finally back. Lovebites. I'm so excited, guys. I'm so happy. This hits perfect today, guys. I was genuinely sitting at today's work thinking like, man, I want to do another music video today because I had such a great response last week with my Kaguya one. I was honestly really happy. Teared me up, some of the comments. I got comments from a lot of Japanese people on that video. And people are like, oh, I love your content. I haven't seen you like 5 years. I didn't know what happened. I can't see your channel anymore. I'm so happy to see that you still, like, you know, respect Japan. And so honestly, there's some really great comments. Honestly, guys, I got really emotional seeing the community on that video, my last Friday, that music video, because there's just so many comments being like, yeah, like I really feel that you actually respect Japan and you have this passion and so forth, right? The people are like, yeah, it's weird that we don't get your videos recommended anymore. Like we used to go like 4 or 5 years ago, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, guys, please subscribe, slide, but no, but it felt really good. So I was sitting earlier today thinking about, damn it, man, I want to do another music video. And I'm just, this is perfect. Honestly, it's perfect, man. Like, I really want to do another Lovebites video, and there hasn't been anything since last, right? And I've been gone, just to give you a little bit of a personal feeler, guys. So I was going on a trip then, recently, so I also did a few less videos, and I've been thinking, honestly, since the trip, I was like, man, I feel like I haven't done Lovebites since before the trips, like a month ago or something, man. And, but also the reason I'm bringing it up, guys, is because I was with all of you guys, okay? So I'm in this YouTube program, really, like, we're gonna help you get more, whatever, you know, help you grow, whatever, right? So YouTube is telling me that you have to make membership videos, right? And I never done that because I don't like the idea that you have to pay for anything, right? You know, because I don't do this thing to make money, and I literally mean I don't make money, right? But YouTube, you actually just made me again this morning, being like, bro, you gotta make membership videos, okay? Like we just do it, okay? Because you gotta increase how the you know, channel is promoted or whatever, right? So tomorrow, guys, I'm gonna make a video, which will be a membership video again, guys, talking about this trip, right? Because YouTube recommended to me that make the membership videos very personal, make it be about, you know, Myrmonden and the tour thing, you know. So I will tell you about this trip, right? You know. So to speak, right? And it's gonna be an actual really awesome trip, though. Bucket list trip. Me playing beach volleyball with hot shit like Midori. So now then, freaking Lovebites, Reaper's Lullaby. Finally, more Lovebites. I'm just like, Midori! I just want to point out, right? She's wearing lenses, right? I remember her eyes being that like very light blue, right? Yeah, isn't she? It looks badass, don't get me wrong. I was thinking she wearing. I mean, that's basically my eye color. That's like my. I need more lighting in the room, but it's basically my eye color, right? You know, I'm kind of light bluish eye color, which is, I suppose, what you would expect from a Swede, right? Oh man. Yeah, still the meat is ready. Yeah. Obviously, I think we're all waiting, right, for this moment where Midori and Miyako are shredding it out. It's kind of perfect now, I feel. Maybe I should have two of these. That this obviously is a Japanese Kama. Oh no. That's the Switcher, right, of course. But this is the Japanese version of the Switcher Reaper weapon, you know. And I do have another one, of course. So I have them in, you know, in both hands, right? You know, the typical, like, Budoka weapon. But anyway, let's go back, man. I want to read immediately. Yeah, right there. Yeah, that beat, man. You know, in the middle, it's like, ew! Come on! This beat is amazing, man. I mean, it's usually, I have, you know, the shredding bit is usually the winner, right, in the videos. It is, of course. So it looks so amazing, the skillfulness. Haruna, don't get me wrong, though, man. Yeah, of course. But it's just, it looks great with the visual. Absolutely. We made that like that before, man. It's great. great music video, and also gave me the option to bring in my weaponry. Yeah, if you ever seen my Kaguya band reaction, I'll link below. I like to show different, martial art weapons, right? Of course, a lot of their songs is about old school Japanese, digital music, right? And a lot of their, of course, motifs are samurais, but also ninjas, and you know what I mean. Where, of course, in Lovebites is more like the Reaper. Yeah, Lovebites is a little more classic heavy metal. He has a little more. I guess Lovebites. Well, what would you say, guys? But I suppose like the visual, the Grim Reaper is one for me, right? Of course, it's like Iron Maiden. I'm thinking of right mostly in my head right now. Maybe this Black Sabbath. Yeah, I'm thinking like 70s, 80s, right? It's kind of this visual look, I would say, comes from, right? I think so. And I always remember so much my father having the Iron Maiden LP. You know what I mean? I mean, I can show you, but I suppose I still know what I mean. But I always remember how much I loved the LP of Iron Maiden as a kid. This one, of course, right? Yeah, I love this one as a kid. And my father, of course, listened to a lot of this music as well, right? This kind of, typical British and also, of course, American hard rock and metal rock and heavy metal and so forth, whatever, right? But yeah, so I always loved this LP, man. So he had 50, 60 LPs, right? And most of them were like this. And my best friend, as talked about in the video, right? We had our own like band, right? When growing up, and we were very big fans of Kiss, right? So as I mentioned in that video, I also was Paul Stanley. He was Jen Simmons, on Halloween and all this stuff, right? But the thing is that I think I said it before, but both of our parents, they also had a band. So our dads, they had a band, kind of like a little bit based on Iron Maiden and so on. So obviously I grew up with this heavily. So my dad had all this collection, right, of all the different. He had a huge LP collection. This is all my favorite art, then, right? This is what I'm thinking about when I see the Lovebites, kind of the Reaper. I don't know, this is that immediately in my head, when I see this kind of, the Eddie kind of thing, right there, then I'm thinking of some cool skeleton dude, right? Yeah, I mean, definitely. That's what comes to my head at least, 100%. And as I probably mentioned in one video, my dad is a biker, right? He drives a Harley Davidson. He's like a Harley Davidson heavy metal guy, yeah, so lot of stuff. That being said, though, his favorite band is a top. But my dad owns a hot rod, though. Yeah, my dad owns a hot rod. He takes his hot rod every year and goes to in Denmark. They have this like huge metal meet, and a car meet so on. So he goes to this hot rod every year and compete in like hot rod, like building your own hot rod and so on, right? So he builds his own. And of course the music video captures that, classic dark fantasy heavy metal kind of vibes, right? I love this here. Of course, it's always right, how much I love Midori and Miyako, and they're having these, of course, shredding moments, and we're seeing like the the little lighting candles around. It's like there's a fire burning around them, right? So it looks visually badass. Jumping back and forth Haruna. I mean, this thing here, yeah, they're standing in like a circle of fire, right? Or maybe rather like occult circle, perhaps. Yeah, the dark fantasy, right? It's like this little lighting candle. You can summon Satan or something, right? Yeah, Akuma, something like that, right? So I love it. I mean, this one is I love Lovebites when I discovered them last year, right? Because, like I said, it comes back out of my childhood. It feels like a Japanese cool hard rock girl band that is very much inspired, I think, by similar music that I grew up with. I would say so, And I think that I am actually kind of around. I think I'm a little older than Midori, so, but I think Midori is almost my age. I think I'm like 3 years older than her, something like that. So I think it's like kind of like a similar, cultural vibe, right? For example, completely offshore example here, but interesting I feel. I have a coworker. Okay, we are born on the exact same day, exact same year. Literally, it's the exactly same age, right? And we didn't grow up at all in the same place. We didn't grow up in, it's like, 15 hours travel airport, between each other, right? And different, like, slightly different, like monetary, like class system, my family, his family, so on, right? But overall, still, somewhat similar, but still, quite different cultures, right? Far away from each other, now we work together. We have incredible similar cultural memories still, right? Of course, we both like stuff like Pokemon, right, so on. All these like bigger trends, right, that we grew up with, we share them, right? We share hobbies, right? It's different anime, we play the same Final Fantasy, whatever, yeah. So it's kind of interesting because even though it's like I grew up, he grew up here, because we are the exact same age, right? We basically lived through all the exact same big cultural moments that were kind of global, right? So that's like an interesting way to look at it. But I would imagine, right, that someone around my age, you know, growing up in Japan with a similar interest in music would have. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there, but yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. The visuals, it's badass. I mean, oh yes, Grim Reaper. No, but it's cool. I think that she's wearing like early lenses, right? Lot of the Haruna looks kind of dark there though. Yeah, Haruna looks just pissed off, man. Is it? Yeah, and then Asami has this. I think she has, like I said, like light blue lenses, right? Because her eyes looks like mine, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I just have a bad camera, guys. My eyes are very light blue, you know. It's a Thor vibe. Yeah, very much so. I was very pretty, you know. When I was young, I was very bishonen, as one say in Japanese. Yeah, if I cut off my beard or so on, you know, then I get the very. That's the real reason why I have, you know, a hige, right? I need to cover my bishonen vibes. Yeah, if I get it away, I look. It's like if you ever seen Vinland Saga, right, or read a manga, it's about of course Vikings, right? I look like Knut, right, or as you guys say in Japanese, Kanute, which is the worst translation ever. Don't be that guy. I mean, you know how much I love Japanese culture, but some of our names, especially I think Viking names, doesn't make any sense in Japanese, right? His name is Knut, or Knud in Danish sometimes. And in Japanese, they're like Kanute or something, because they take the English version of it and say it really. But anyway, he looks very, very pretty, right? Very bishonen. He has long blonde hair and so on. Yeah, I look like Knut, you know, if I shave my beard, and I look like Knut in the anime. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even making a joke here. Like, I have very long eyelashes and so on, very blue eyes. Yeah, I need this beard so I don't look like I'm, you know, as I look permanently like I'm maybe 18 or something. Yeah, I'm not even joking. If I shave my beard, then I can't buy alcohol anymore. You know? then I need to have that. They won't buy that. Oh, this ID is fake or whatever. Seriously. But yeah, a lot of these good visualizations. Talk about the lighting, good. Yeah, it's probably recording like a shiny little black thing, right? And you put the spot on Haruna and so on. That is great. Chasing the color. I have to say though, not much of Fami though. No, she's kind of, you know, a little bit in the background mostly. She had a little bit scenes. I also like Miyako's hair too. Yeah, she got that wavy hair, right? Using what's called a permanent. I don't know what's called in English, honestly. But my mom had this kind of hair. Yeah, she does it a lot. A perm? Is it called in English? It's called a perm, right? I don't know what English is now. But yeah, I think my grandma used to do this a lot. My grandma, you know, classic old lady, right? She used to, when you visit her, she would have those classic things that you took your hair, right? And you kind of, you know, you make it up into these balls or cylinders, I guess, right? To get that perm. Yeah, my grandma and then my mother sometimes, but especially my grandma, her hair looks almost like this when she was younger. She had a lot of this typical perm going on, right? Very much so. And I think it was very popular around in her when she grew up and so on, right? I quarter perm my hair just bends by itself. Like, I feel it's all like me being like, well, actually, I'm very bishonen, guys, if you didn't know in Japanese. no, but all jokes aside, guys, okay? When it comes to hair, right? And I get it, right? I like this kind of wavy hair, so don't get me wrong, I think it looks great to Miyako. My hair does this thing if it gets wet, okay? So when I was a kid, my hair would look like this. It's always, right? I have a very, very, like, twirly hair, and then it was wet outside, right? High humidity. I almost got like an afro. My hair got like this, right? When I was like 5 or whatever. And then nowadays, it's like if I shower my hair right, my hair becomes like this, like it becomes like a twist by itself. So it's very, very like, and that's pretty common, I guess, in Sweden and Norway and so on. Yeah, a lot of our hair is like, it's not very straight. It has that kind of wavy. That's why Viking have that hair, you know. And also the reason why I want to have long hair, because, you know, not to be that guy, but my hair kind of naturally makes that wavy. But I think it's the first time I see Miyako with that wavy hair. I think so, right? Midori, of course, has her classic badass. Yeah, but I mean, it's almost like, I think, right? You know, this is perfect. That's the, oh my god, that's the perfect image. That's probably the thumbnail now. But yeah, Midori, of course, has her, you know, badass, cool, kind of a Yankee vibe hair, right? A little bit gyro feel to it. She's just the badass. But I think it's like I always say, right? Midori is the red uni, and Miyako is the blue uni, right? Of the band, certainly. Anyway, guys, let me subscribe. Press the like button. Like I said, I feel YouTube is forcing me to put me. I feel it forcing me to make that membership video. That was a trip, guys. If you're interested, check it out. But I do feel that, like I said earlier, I always been against it from some kind of like, I don't know, moralic, ethical standpoint of certainness, something like that. But I do, of course, from a just scientific standpoint, understand why YouTube is doing that. They're basically being like, if you do that, I think it's interesting because I think if I don't know if they're lying or not, right? But I guess they aren't lying. So I have my YouTube partner telling me that if you do this thing, we will push your channel more. Like, even if the video itself has 0 views, right? Because you have to actually get memberships, right? But then we know you're like serious, so your channel will have more promotions or whatever overall, right? And I get why they're doing that, because from a scientific standpoint, people that like you want to support you. It's like a thing, right? And I get it, so it's like weird. And I feel like begging you guys to watch it, but I'm not. I'm just saying that it's gonna be more a personal video, more than this thing, I suppose. I don't know. I'm all over the place, guys. I don't know. I just miss doing Lovebites videos. I mean, maybe I just feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like when I do music reactions, especially with Lovebites for me, I just get more personal, okay? Leave a comment below if you like that. I think some people really love that. Some people really hate it, I know. But I just feel like, I don't know, I always get more, I feel personal. It's more life stories. It's more, you know, personal journeys, I feel, when I talk about music. And I think people really liked last week's Kaguya-sama, Cosmic Kaguya video in the comments. So I feel a very personal video. So people were, they nailed it that personal there. And I guess I felt that last week, people really appreciated my personal take in Cosmic Kaguya. And I think that I want to go more like that, right? Be more personal with everyone. You know what I mean? Because I like that, you know. I like you guys' comments, and I like having actual conversation. I really do appreciate when people make really long comments, right? And a bit this and this and that. And I read every comment, and even if they're like freaking, 10 papers, and I will try to answer them as good as I can, so on, right? So I do really appreciate that, guys. Anyway, see you guys in heaven.